As we all know, dance is an all-encompassing art where there is music, there is sculpture, there is painting, there is literature. And Sucheta Tai is a fine example where all these things are amalgamated. Much more to know from her in this episode. So did you ever think that you should take up commercial art as your profession, because you are equally good, very good at it all?
Well, after doing the course, because my subsidiaries were photography and interior decoration. I was very fond of, even our small place, it was like a terrace room. When my father went in 40s, there were boards to be let in Mumbai. And he was alone, so he just took that place. And that year I remember R.R. Bharadwaj was a very renowned photographer. My father always wanted everything best for me. Now he was photographer of Tata's, pet of H.J. Bhabha. That Bhabha's famous portrait is done by R.R. Bharadwaj. So he wanted that he should photograph baby. So he would somehow find contacts and would take me to him, and he had done beautiful photographs. So art school days were quite different, and after that, so I had taken my subsidiary subject was photography. I did quite a bit, and interior was my favorite subject also. So I did few jobs after graduation from JJ, but then I realized that if I have to, by then all the Masterji's research work was also getting into swing, and he had made me part of it. So I was enjoying that, and little in half mind, but then not so much. I decided that yes, if I have to do, then because for interior, then you must know the people, keep in touch, keep in contact with the artisans and all that. I did few jobs for some friends in Mumbai, but then I said no. But then that training, I designed my own letterheads, I designed my own. So that has remained. I never did so much of painting as such after that. Right. But in commercial, you learn more advertising part. So I was also good in copy. So I used to started writing, and art school 4 years where in a different way they contributed to my.
Yes, definitely. We can see it's so evident in your performances and your thinking process, your choreographies. Definitely.
One thing I clearly remember when I was doing my applied arts, Damu Kenkre, he was our dean of the faculty, and there was Sateswar who was so good in copy. And each class had few students, so it was like a family, you know. One day, every month, one of the students had to do some presentation. Could be whatever related to the subject. And in our small downstairs hall, everybody would gather. So once Kenkre sir told me, you will relate dance and painting and drawing and painting, and you talk. I said, sir, but they will all make fun. I said, no, it's not compulsory, but I am going to sit. I want you to do it. So from then on, this comparative thing, and till the point when in our university course for MA, I said dance and interrelationship, or this was introduced by me. So that started at that time, because Damu Kenkre himself was in theatre. As you know, he's been a director, his son is also in that. His wife was, Lalita was Masterji Sudha, Sudha Karmarkar, Masterji's student, Lalya was. So he was very much interested in dance. And also during those years, Masterji's research had already.
So you were part of that research? You
Actually, initially he selected from that book, he selected some composition. And there was one musician, Janardhan Pant Tanjorkar. He was a radio artist, a Vainika, from Tanjore. He knew Marathi, but a Tamilian. And he came from this Baroda, Kubirnath Pillai's, he was brother, younger brother.
okay?
So he had idea about dance. Venu Gopal Pillai is his son, who later learned from Masterji. So he took him because he knew Marathi and he could, the book, it doesn't give complete notation, names of rag, tal. Some places the swaras are given, but not everywhere. So he composed few compositions. I think one was this Agatita Saye Shivalila and Atashabara.
He composed
music for that.
music for that. So.
And I remember there used to be festivals, music dance festivals organized by cultural department of the state was very active, Sanskritik Kendra. So that year it was at the Oval Maidan and I danced. So those were the two compositions I danced, where P.L. Deshpande was there. P.L. was there. And when he saw, he got so enamored. He said, Masterji, you must go to Tanjore. You must do this research, not just keep that book. There must be plenty of things there. So he was then secretary of Maharashtra Sahitya Sanskriti Mandal, and he gave him grant. He went to Tanjore.
Okay.
So then he he saw wealth of Sarfoji's things there, Natya Sangraha, so
And
many
where did he
different.
find it? There is a Raja Sarfoji Mahal library. Was it
Yeah,
the place?
Saraswati Mahal Library.
Saraswati Mahal.
He visited there, stayed in Tanjore, brought lot of things with him. And then that time I was the only ready student.
Performer
with
disciple.
so much of energy. So he started choreography on me and I started learning. So in college, during the research, all the students would be in the canteen visualizing, drinking coke. I would be in the classroom writing my manuscript. So Sate sir would come and say, so Sucheta, okay, good, do it. So even in art school, they encouraged me to do what I was doing. Every year, of course, in the annual, I was supposed to do some dance I had to do.
You had to perform.
But then, throughout art school days, Then Sunil Kothari came along, he saw the programs, I was on the Femina cover, so many, then I was on the Eve's Weekly cover, so much of publicity.
So how did
But-
people take it? Because that time it was really unusual to dance on Marathi compositions.
Yes, absolutely.
Did people take it positively?
No, initially they said it's hoax. There can't be any Marathi thing.
Oh.
And something traditional, how can there be? I mean, it's a tradition of South, Tamil, Telugu. But there again in my life, such incidents have happened. Like probably it was destined to happen like that. My first professional performance it was immediately after, I think, matriculation, was in Goa.
Oh,
In
and which
Panji.
year was this?
Woo! Maybe 65, 66.
Okay.
Already the Marathi thing had started. It was after that. Like Chaugule, Dempes are the traditional family of Goa, and there was a marriage in the Nagesh Dempes marriage. So his youngest sister was then learning from master.
Okay.
So, of course, Yamini's performed 7 days performances and, big wedding. They have huge palatial villas in Panjim, and probably that was my first air travel to Goa, to Panjim. And then that performance happened, and there were a lot of reporters, and because a big wedding. So on the coming back, we were put on a ship. We came back by a ship. Chaugules had this, and many reporters were there, and among them was one V.V. Prasad. He was a very senior person in Indian Express. So then master, being so talkative, all these discussions started, and he said, yes, I've heard about it, and this girl is dancing, and so then he said, but people, still they don't accept, they don't feel what to do about. So Mr. Prasad said, we have a Bombay Union of Journalists. I invite you there. You do your presentation before the journalists. And if they agree and they are convinced, you will get all India publicity. So Masterji, of course, he took the challenge. I was the dancer. I didn't speak at that time at all. In fort, it was in some dark, huge dark kacheri. It was, these views they had. Few people. But I remember Sonal Mansingh and Mr. Mansingh, they were present. Vijay Tendulkar was there, who later wrote a big article about it in Manus. Manus was a very famous digest then. I don't know whether this is still there. So a lot of people who mattered were there, and of course all the, there was one Balakrishnan of Free Press who later became like always coming and doing my write-ups and things. So I did the whole, by that time quite a sizable, no, not yet, but quite a sizable, not 18 items, that happened later. The sizable performance items were there. So I danced and Masterji introduced in Hindi, everything. And after that, we got publicity in,
like anything.
Yeah, like all front page publicity. That's where I said Masterji was like this. Yes. So after that, it really it took up, and there were articles. Gopal Krishna Bhobe wrote on that, and the Marathi. He furthered his research, went again to Tanjore, and then all the Nirupanas he started, and Sarfoji, King Sarfoji of 18th century, he had written the style that was prevalent there was today what we call as Bharatanatyam. This name it had not achieved by then. It was called Sadirata. Sadira meaning the place where the ruler sits. And the Devadasis now from temple would come to the court and also perform on special occasions. It was not like just entertainment. It was only on
Okay.
festive or special occasions like some new child is born or naming or Diwali, Padwa, something like that. So Sarfoji sat on that Sadir. So from there, that I think the Dasiyattam took this name of Sadirat. So all these rulers, they right from 17th century, Maratha rulers ruled till for almost 180 years. And they all studied, they were Shahaji, Shivaji's father, Shahaji's other family, other wives. They were in Bangalore, so they already had this influence and culture of South. So they had all studied music and dance style.
Carnatic music.
Quite a few have written for Bharatanatyam, for dance and for music, and many literary compositions also. Shahaji's younger brother Tulaja, he has written Sangeeta Saramrita, a Sanskrit treatise on the prevalent form of music and dance, in which he talks about all the different ragas that were popular at that time. And it also has a chapter on, Nritya chapter on Adavu, which talks about Adavu. So already the formation of today's Bharatanatyam had started 300 years ago in Tanjore. So all these research, because of my Guru Master, I was very much into it. He, in fact, some of the chapters he made me write them, also corrected them, and 10 years later, Sahitya Sanskriti Mandal has published the book in the book form.
Okay, okay. So you were already into your research into Marathi compositions.
Absolutely.
And when was it that you started your own research? I think you did a lot of research on King Shahaji Rajesh Bhosle, and I must say that it's such a value addition to the field of dance. So please tell us about it.
To talk about Shahaji's compositions, you asked me. So through Masterji only I got introduced to Shahaji composition. He took up only Sarfoji period, and there was so much that he was, for him that was full what he could do. But he also always talked to me about that there was one more king who has really done great contribution, because there was Bhosal Vansha Charitra, he had read lot of things. So I was that was going on in my mind that if if Sarfoji's time already Bharatanatyam, today's Bharatanatyam was taking form, what was at Shahaji's time? If he has written also for music, and that kind of kindled my curiosity. But before that, as I cited that example of going to South and Dr. Raghavan giving me opportunity to present, that time I had in mind that I will go to Tanjore and look up Shahaji's pieces. But what I danced was what I had learned.
Yes.
And that year D.K. Pattamma, she was the Sangeeta Kalanidhi awardee. They would be at the morning sessions, the Sangeeta Kalanidhi who was selected and would give their opinion. And she was one of my favorite singers. I don't know whether you have, along with Subulakshmi, D.K. Pattamma. I used to love her full voice, and so she was there sitting in the front row. And Kalakshetra, Sharada was there, Madam Sharada. And I remember I spoke about Masterji's research, and I had danced Aji Sonyacha Divaso. That was a very, it was a good, I said today is the golden day of my life. I have, first time I am getting this. So she was the one, after that she said, Sucheta, today is the golden day of my life. I saw Sarfoji's things being danced. And also I remember my Manasika Guru. We talked about my gurus. Bala Saraswati. She was also there because she was running school in music academy. She was right at the back somewhere. And then Dr. Raghavan comes and Sucheta, come, Balappa is there. So I touched her feet. Nanna. She just said that, not much, but that.
Yes.
Because she is, for me, has been like goddess. So that's how it all started.
That was a golden day in the true sense, I can
Yes.
imagine.
Yes. And so then we continued to Tanjore by meter gauge railway was there from another station,
Okay.
not Madras, main station. And first visit to Tanjore, my father was there with me. And then we met the Marathi Pandit, Bhimrao. All these Rao families, they were from Karnataka and Maharashtra. They went to South and they settled there. There are lots of Maharashtrian families, Raos, who are originally. Bhimrao is actually Keskar.
Okay.
Origin. So he knew Marathi, but his family spoke Marathi, but Marathi of 150 years back.
Tanjore.
Kashi ka tu ali kashi kitti gomti ga ata gomti and all these words, and in typical Tamil accent they would कसं नाही का असं तर पहा असं म्हणजे सगळं
All the South
Marathi.
Indian accent.
Is it Marathi? I was straining my ears too. But it was fun. I went to Tanjore Saraswati Mal Library. I could lay hand. There was also, Bhimrao is no more. There was also Pandit Vishwanath. He was a Telugu Pandit but knew Marathi very well. He helped me a lot in finding out Shaji's manuscript.
Okay.
And the work.
So you actually went to the
Started
library,
there.
took up the book, read all the compositions, but they were only in the text form, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
how did you do the music for it? Then again to perform, you need all that.
Before jumping to music, first there was so much of literature. Shaji has written almost 500 Marathi padas, equal number of Telugu padas, and so many darus and prabandhas. So all this was put before me by Vishwanathan. They have a
it's like an
descriptive
ocean.
catalog. They used to, now everything, the digitalization has happened. But when I see Saraswati Mahal, I really go in that hallowed. I have that smell of books still in my nose. It used to be so exciting going there. Now today, what I am going to lay my hands on.
Was it written in Marathi, in Devanagari script? Or?
Quite a few have been later on done in Marathi, Devanagari script, but written like Modi, like words are not split. In Modi, like in Urdu, they don't split the
Everything
words.
is joined.
Of course, Urdu they will write from right to left. Here you write like Devanagari, left to right, but then words are not split. But there were also palm leaf manuscripts, which were with Telugu script, because Telugu is as phonetic as Devanagari. Tamil is it's the oldest indigenous language, so it has only 5 alphabets. Ka, cha, ta, ta, pa. That's all.
Oh.
And that's why many times for Tamilian ta and tha is same.
Suchetha, they would call you probably.
They would always spell. So Telugu, like Sanskrit, it is Devanagari, it is phonetic. So they were the original manuscripts. So then I said I must learn Telugu script. So there are some Pathavedas, some different padams I may find. So when I came back, 3-4 visits were there
Okay.
Tanjore. It's not in one visit.
Yes.
Nothing happened. So I learned Telugu script because it is so beautiful. Both Tamil, Telugu, they look like jalebis.
Round stones.
But it's very interesting because already art school I was interested in script, so I could manage it and then read and discern, and then I would, from Tanjore, I would take night train to Chennai, meet Dr. Raghavan. Such great scholar he was. He would not only quote the book, the author, the page, the para. See Sucheta, read this, you will find. Because of him only I came to know about Sangeeta Saramrita, about Nritya Ratnavali. So many books he presented, he gave it to me. So I read it when he saw my interest. So that helped a lot, and I prepared a kind of report for this scholarship. And one thing was that I was able to, I selected pieces because there are padams, there is Bhakti Pada and Shrungara Pada and Bhava Pada. Philosophical songs are also there, many types of songs, but Shrungara Padas were ideal. And whatever little I knew of the traditional songs, I could feel that subjects were different, very sensitively written. There is a lot of dhvani in it, different nayikas in a different situation. So I really don't know what all to. I still have those notebooks. I used to copy.
Yes.
And copy. So from that, and then Vishwanathan told me also you should look up his prabandhas. So prabandha is not exactly nataka. There is conversation, like Sutradharanati would relate the compositions, and like he had Shankara Kali Natan Samvadam. It says Nataka Prabandha.
Oh.
So Nataka is minimal. येणे रीती शक्ती बोलली शिव बोलले मग एक परत धरू. So I selected from that.
So it was just linking the songs.
Then I was surprised Shaji had written Prabandha in Hindi. Radha Vansidhara Vilasa, Vishwatita Vilasa.
The whole Prabandha.
Radha Vansidhara Vilasa is in Hindi. From there only I do Suna Sakhi Piyo Mero Ka. I selected that Daru. It was called, they were all called Darus. Salamu Daru,
Okay.
Vinayaka Daru, Abhinaya Daru,
Meaning composition.
Jakkini
isn't it?
Daru. Yes.
And the
was a-
music was given, the rag and tal was.
Some places the sholus were given, some places the swaras are given. But padams usually there is no notation. He only suggested the raga.
So you got them composed.
So with my present day, those days sensitivity, I thought Rati Vatsalya Bhakti in a performance. Now today I am dancing them solo. So I had to have, so I started with Mangalapade, then Salamudaru.
Make it a full repertoire kind.
Then like we do, there was no Shabdam as such, but I selected a song which has more of dramatic element. So Pahile Krishna, then Suno Sakhi Abhinaya Daru, then Padas, then Jakkini Daru, and conclude with the Bhakti Pada, Shrungara Pada and Bhakti Pada. So like that I selected. But now music.
That's what I wanted to know. What did you do about music?
So that was the main problem. Who would put it, who would know these ancient forms, and who would do the proper music for them. But again, see how things are. Guru Kittappa sir, who is the descendant of Tanjore Quartet, Ponnaya, one of the eldest of the Tanjore Quartet. So music is in the family, dance is in the family. He knew everything, mridangam playing, music, he was a great singer. So he when I was still with Masterji, Parvati Kumar, he used to come to his place for talam. Talam is something in Bharatanatyam that one would play the exact footwork, not the rhythm, exact footwork on talam. So those years they were not so readily available in the music shops. So Masterji had a metallurgist friend and he had experimented with those with different
To get that
shrutis.
particular sound.
And I have that chromium plated one which is right from my master. So Kittappa had eye for those. So he would come to him to whenever he came to Mumbai, because those years Vaijayanti, Hema Malini was learning from him. So he would also come to Mumbai. So he would come to him for that. So Masterji, whatever that was new, he would make him, he would, come on, you show he's a great master, show him. So I used to dance and he would never express any opinion, just say, Tatama, Nana. He would just say that. But then I knew that he is a great master if my master touches his feet. So I thought, why not? Because he is also a musician, and so I dared to go to him. In Mumbai, those years, there was one mridangist called Santanam. He also was critic for Times, and I think he took me to Kittappa sir. And when I told him this, Shahji, I will do it, he said. He knew Shahji, he only told me that yes, Tulaja, Sangeeta Saramrita, he knew about Maratha rulers. Of course, they were, his Chinnaya, Ponnaya, his ancestors were with Hindi Maratha court and got patronage.
He was a direct descendant of the Pillai.
He is.
Okay.
Now his son is also trying to take it further. So he agreed. That was another most fortunate day.
Yes.
Because another parva, as we say, another
Milestone.
decade of learning started. So initially these were the compositions
So
which
he
I gave.
composed the music for Shahji's Padas and
But he was so careful. He said, this is in Marathi. I don't know the language. Now you will ask me how I converse with him, because he did not know Hindi or Marathi.
I'm sure Abhinaya
And
must have
I
known.
was not so fluent in Tamil. He knew Telugu, of course. Telugu, I knew only script. So I wrote all those Marathi things in Telugu script, and with a musician of mine, the meanings in Tamil. And he said, you because you know Marathi, break the words in the right places. I may not be able to do it. See, he was very, very clever.
Very sincere.
Also for the Hindi piece, it only said Ragamalika. So he used Bihag, Kafi, Kannada, Hindolam, ragas which are akin to North Indian music, which have also in Kannada, they are common ragas. So he had excellent musical sense. Also that Pahile Krishna Pad, which is very different, though I found it in the manuscript of Padas. The Pallavi, the first line has only 2 words, Pahile Krishna. Only 2 words, that's all. Hari Yamuna Tiri, Daitya Samhari, Godhanachari, Murali Dhari, Kripa Kari, Ammavari, Nitya Brahmachari, Ha Murari, Pahile Krishna. So there was a lot of rhyming in every stanza. So he told me, Ada Pallavere, this padam is different, it's more like Kirtanam.
Lord Ram and Krishna are the 2 most popular characters of our mythology. Ram is ideal, while Krishna is practical. We love Krishna, we adore him in so many different forms. King Shahji of Tanjore has tried to capture the various shades of Krishna's character in this following Marathi composition. Pahile Krishna, he says, I have seen Krishna, I have seen Krishna, I have seen Krishna.
पाहिले कृष्ण पाहिले कृष्ण मुरारी पाहिले कृष्ण आनंद मुरारी पाहिले कृष्ण आनंद मुरारी पाहिले कृष्ण आनंद मुरारी पाहिले कृष्ण मुरारी पाहिले कृष्ण आनंद मुरारी पाहिले कृष्ण आनंद मुरारी पाहिले कृष्ण मुरारी पाहिले कृष्ण आनंद मुरारी पाहिले कृष्ण आनंद मुरारी पाहिले कृष्ण 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 हरि यमुना तीरी दैत्य संहारी 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 पाहिले कृष्ण आनंद मुरारी पाहिले कृष्ण कृष्ण
Everything we conversed was dance, dance. So he understood me. His English for you, when, come, here, do, now. Okay, sir, what should I do then? Other. So, some sign, some word, some Tamil. So, but we never had any problem. He had later, he came, this house was then big. He stayed here in this room and often came here also to Pune. So, he composed the music and then to sing, who will sing?
Yes.
Because his way, he doesn't like too many brigas and
Simple
calm
and
and quiet. And also he had penchant for very slow speed, no fast speed. What you say, Virambakala,
Vilambitaka.
Chaukakala.
శృంగారం క్షితినందిని వికరణి శృంగారం క్షితినందిని వికరణే
So that also, I went several times to Bangalore. He used to stay in Bangalore. His family was in Tanjore, where he would go during the holidays, month of May. I would, in that heat, I would travel to Tanjore. And that training continued.
So did he choreograph the compositions for you
He
also?
did. The Nritta part, he did. Abhinay part, all that he left to me. He said, Yana ka Marathi tere ada. So you do, you are good, he would say. So anyway, since Marathi they were, I could also was eager to do something, and all the padams and all, even all the Abhinaya part I did. I did. Now we call it choreography. I did them.
Yes.
But Nritta was so specific and very beautifully relating to the rhythms, and till today whatever he taught me I've never thought of, I don't like to touch it, or it has that old charm which I want to keep. I don't feel that I should change it into modern this, that, or change the speeds, and because things are changing and it's okay. I mean.
Janu tajam tajam